Right, it's 28th of October 2022, back to Skywatch. And as we can see here, if we look closely up here, I'll take you up and around. Right, so we're going to do a little explanation for you, okay? So let's start here. Yeah, we can see some cloud, okay? Normal cloud form. These are the typical clouds you'll see in the sky. These are, I would say, natural clouds. The reason why I say these are normally natural is because they can actually produce clouds what look like this, okay? They can produce clouds that look like this. I'm gonna resume, hang on, I'll be back in a minute. Right, so as I was saying, I was trying to do a video where it's peaceful and quiet, but keep getting interrupted. But anyway, right, so these clouds here, we can see, normal clouds, what everyone's used to seeing, right? What I'm saying is they can actually now produce these clouds artificially. And the name's called marine clouds, okay? Marine clouds, so you can research that yourself. They produce clouds from this type of ship or whatever it is what they have in the ocean, and they have them dotted about in the ocean, and they can produce cloud like this, okay, for whatever reasons they want to do it, you know, whether they want to, okay, well, it's all from weather modification basically, so they can actually produce these kind of clouds, okay? But usually, let's just say 9 times out of 10, these are natural clouds you'll see, okay? These are natural occurring clouds. Now, if we look across, look at this now. What do we see here? What do we see? To the untrained eye, to the unknowledgeable eye, these people might think these are clouds. But if you actually really take a look, okay, you can see they just don't look right, do they? They look suspect, they look like lines, you know? Let's pan across. Look at that. Like perfect lines going across there, okay? Now, clouds do not do that, okay? Again, over here. I actually forgot the correct name for these clouds, but this is what normal clouds look like, okay? And obviously, normal clouds don't always look big and fluffy. Some of them are smaller and fluffy, okay? But here's a culprit in action now. The pen around here now. Right. The reason, here's one of the culprits, okay? So we got a aircraft here leaving a chemtrail. Right, here we go. Right, and you see how these aircraft, they fly in straight lines, okay? Now, this is what these are. This is on a point, you know. This is what these are, okay? So I'm pointing up there now. You see that there? All across there. See how the lines are straight across, okay? That can only be achieved artificially. And what is it? It's this again. It's not cloud. It's not even artificial cloud like I was talking about earlier, which they produce off the shore. These are chemicals, okay? Stratospheric aerosol yeah, I can't say it. I can't say it. But basically, stratospheric aerosol spraying the dune, okay? And these chemtrails again, all depends on what it all depends on their you know, different aircraft. Well, it depends what they want to use the how much they want to fill the basically, you know, fill the sky with, you know, with these chemtrails, with these artificial covering of the sky. Okay, it all depends. It all depends, because sometimes you'll see some chemtrails. You see how the line there? It's thick, but it's not that thick. Okay, don't be wrong. That will disperse. These lines will disperse up to about 20 times its size, but some chemtrails, the line they produce, well, the trail they produce is actually much thicker than what we can see here today. What we can see here live, it looks thick, doesn't it, when I zoom in? There's ones what are extra thick than that, and they're the ones, right? They're the ones what will leave these big old lines what disappear like that. Okay, that's what they'll leave, and they'll just linger in the sky. Again, they do this for various reasons. Weather modification is nothing new. They've been doing this for decades now, over 100 years. Again, it depends what they want to do in the sky. You know, they can cloud seed. Again, go research cloud seeding. This is not a conspiracy. You can find it all online. And you know, these people got these fancy names for certain things, right? But basically, cloud seeding is a process where they, again, they spray particles which has got heavy metals, aluminium, barium, sulfur, and other various chemicals in the sky, which can alter the clouds who are already in the sky to produce more rain. Not only that, if they want to produce rain and cloud, they can do that anyway by just producing artificial cloud and then seeding those clouds with the chemicals which will induce rain. Again, it can induce rain, it can induce ice, snow, ice, you name it. They can do all that. Again, let's go back to August 15th, 1952, the Lynmouth floods, okay, in England. And the RAF admitted to cloud seeding the day before, and surprise, surprise, who does the government put in control to do the work in the sky? It's the RAF, okay? It's the RAF. They use mainly RAF bases. So they use aircraft from there. They'll also use drones as well to do what they got to do in the sky. And yeah, so that's what they do. It's not necessarily the RAF off the RAF's back. It's not the RAF that are doing it as such. Obviously, the RAF will follow orders and will do what they do as they're told, just like the army. The army will follow orders from the government and do as they're told. And people say, oh, well, what's the benefit? Why would they want to poison us in the sky? Why would they want to do that? Well, listen, again, they've come up with plenty of reasons, plenty of excuses as to why they want to reflect the sun rays back into the atmosphere, you know, because they want to, you know, global warming and all that bullshit. It's all bullshit, okay? They'll make up any excuse or reason as to why they do the barbaric things that they do, okay, which is not good for us. Why would you want to reflect the sun's rays back into the atmosphere? Why would you want to do that? Okay, the sun is a life giver. The sun gives life. That's what the sun is, okay? And I want to block the sun. So blocking the sun will create more sickness in people. It will affect the crops, it will affect livestock, and this is all in conjunction of what they want to do by 2030, by 2025. You know, they want to stop our meat consumption. Yeah, they want to stop that. They want to stop our meat consumption. They want to start eating synthetic meat. They want to basically on a plant-based diet. And basically, the only people who are basically allowed to eat meat, as and when they choose to, are the people, are the rich and wealthy and the elites. That's how they want to make it. Okay, so if you can control the weather, you've got the power to do anything basically in the world. So if you know, by modifying the weather, by blunting the sun's, you know, blunting what the sun does, creating drought or creating a lot of rain to fuck up the crops, all that kind of stuff, it's going to have an effect, isn't it? It's going to have an effect, and they're going to blame it on climate change. That's what they're going to do. And you know, it's all pre-planned, and that's why they're doing it. So, you know, again, like I said, if you can control the weather, you can control the world, and that's what they've said before on video. And that's what they're doing. They're controlling the world by controlling the weather. And that's just one aspect. That's just one aspect. Okay, that's just one aspect. So think about it. You know, they'll make up any excuse as well for reasons to cull livestock. We hear it already. You know, they'll bring out stuff like bird flu again, or some other types of viruses what's going through livestock and shit like that. They'll do whatever it takes to reach their end goal. Okay. And again, people ask the question, oh well, you know, aren't we all breathing in the chemicals from the sky? Well, yeah, we are, but guess what? They don't care. They don't care. They do not care. All right, it's just that simple. And if you really think about it, the rich, wealthy, and the people in the dark suits, the elites, the people in charge, the royal families, the people, the politicians, they all have access to medical care that we haven't got. So they can detoxify their bodies from all the shit that's in the atmosphere, and they can live to however long. We've seen it already with the royal family, okay? And again, the royal family don't really care about anybody else apart from themselves and their little circles around them. They don't give a fuck about anybody else. Neither do the people in power in other countries who are following along with this, okay? They do not care. They just see everybody else as cattle, okay? They just see everybody as cattle to do their job, you know, to work, pay the taxes, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about you. The government ain't for the people, never has been. Okay, so yeah, they'll probably they are breathing in the same air to a point. But do we really see the royal family and, you know, people in you know, the presidents of other countries, do we really see them out and about walking and shit? I mean, you don't really see them, do they? And even if they were to do that, again, they've got access to medical care, the best medical care, to again detoxify their bodies and to keep them much healthier than the average person. And it's as simple as that. And with that, I'm out.